The month of November presents another gauntlet for my Alabama Crimson Tide. The LSU football program is in disarray, and Indiana fans yelling, "We want Bama." What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Kangaroo Black coming back once again to talk about my Alabama Crimson Tide and the fact that the month of November will provide another gauntlet for my Alabama Crimson Tide. Y'all know what we just went through during the month of October. 4 ranked teams in a row. All right? 4 of them, all from the SEC. 3 of them with 1 loss. Then we had to play South Carolina, which proved to be a tough test. It started out with those Georgia Bulldogs, Vanderbilt Commodores, the Missouri Tigers, the Tennessee Volunteers, and it ended with South Carolina. And my Alabama Crimson Tide conquered them all. And again, now, going into the month of November, we ain't done yet. Next game against LSU, then Oklahoma. We also got Auburn in the Iron Bowl. So we ain't done yet. We still got 3 tough opponents left. All right. So let's get into the article. If you want to go read this article, you can go to BamaHammer.com. November will provide another gauntlet for Kalen DeBoer and the Alabama Crimson Tide football team. After a much needed bye week, the month of November is going to be very weird for this Alabama football team. On paper, it looks like a possible cakewalk for the Tide with upcoming games against an LSU team without their head coach, an Oklahoma team that has unachieved based on early season hype, and an Auburn team that has struggled offensively for the majority of the season. However, these are teams that seems to rise up, and all 3 would love to spoil the Tide's chances at a SEC championship as well as a shot at this year's 12-team playoff. And you are right. Every team, not just these 3 teams, every team that faced Alabama always play their best against Alabama. They find energy from somewhere to give Alabama hell. I mean, all of them, especially those Auburn Tigers. You look at what these South Carolina Gamecocks did last week. Been a terrible team the whole entire season. But against Alabama, they looked like a worthy opponent. And they played like one. So we can't sleep on none of these teams. None of them. I don't give a damn that Brian Kelly is not the head coach anymore, and they done got rid of the offensive coordinator and the AD. That don't make a damn. I guarantee you when those guys come into Bryant-Denny Stadium, they going to be ready to play. And then you look at the Oklahoma Sooner. We thought we was going to go into Norman last year and bring home a victory against a terrible Oklahoma team. But what happened? We went down there just to kick a damn field goal and got our ass whooped. That's what happened. And I don't even got to talk about Auburn every time we go into that damn haunted-ass stadium down there. I'm telling you, man, we always have trouble in that damn stadium. I don't even want to say the name of it. Hell, that bullshit. But anyway, let's keep going. As much turmoil that has swirled around the LSU program this past week, from the firing of head coach Brian Kelly and the removal of Scott Woodward as the athletic director, after the comments of the governor, it would be hard for the Tigers team to be focused on winning games. However, several times over, we have seen teams play better after a coach is fired. So this game may be more dangerous for Alabama than if Brian Kelly were still on the sideline. Not only is this one of the biggest games for LSU, but this team will be playing for pride. They will be playing freely and wouldn't be surprised if we see the team play its best game of the season Saturday night against my Alabama Crimson Tide. And you're right. We done seen it this year. A team fired the head coach and they come out playing better. Look at UCLA. Was winless And then they fired their coach and reeled off 3 wins in a row before they faced those Indiana Hoosiers. And them Indiana Hoosiers making the fans making a grave mistake talking about they want Bama. But that's neither here nor there. But anyway, but it's very possible that LSU can come into Bryant-Denny Stadium and leave with a win. Leave with a win after firing their damn head coach. Cause like I just said, seen it at UCLA. So this might be a blessing in disguise for LSU. You never know. You never know. But I'm gonna talk about LSU later and all that damn catastrophe that's going on down there. I mean, Jesus, man. They firing every damn body. But anyway, after LSU, the Sooners were rolled into Tuscaloosa. And at that point, we don't know what the Sooners will be. Will they go back to being the team that they was at the beginning of the season through the first 5 games? Or will they continue to be the team that we seen the past 3 games? We don't know what to expect from them Oklahoma Sooners. But anyway, before the injury to John Mateer, Oklahoma was looking like one of the best teams in the country, with Mateer being high on the Heisman list. However, since then, they have lost 2. Since his injury, they have lost 2 of the last 3 games and are on the verge of being eliminated from playoff contention if they lose to Tennessee on tomorrow night. There is a possibility, though, that the Sooners find a way to win in Neyland Stadium on Saturday night and then have a bye week before heading to Tuscaloosa, still fighting for a playoff berth. Now, it's just hard for me to believe that Oklahoma going to go into Neyland Stadium and come out with a win with the way they've been playing these past 3 weeks. It's just hard for me to believe it. It's hard. I haven't seen that daggone defense since before the daggone Texas Longhorn game. John Mateer, I think he came back a little bit too early. But, hey, after this game against Tennessee, they go into a bye week and maybe he'll come out healthier against Alabama. And then if they lose to Tennessee tomorrow, basically they out of the playoff. And all they're going to be playing for is to spoil Alabama's hopes of going to the SEC championship and possibly going to the damn playoff. Because I'm sure they'll be proud just to spoil Alabama's hopes and dreams. I mean, come on. Who wouldn't? But hey, it is what it is. But anyway, keep it moving. No matter the result of the Tennessee and Oklahoma game, the bye week will give John Mateer more time to get as healthy as he has been since the injury. We have seen the Tide defense struggle against the run all season. So if he is healthy, we might be in for another high blood pressure game for the home fans. I don't want that. But anyway, Alabama should have no problem getting up for this game, no matter how the Sooners fare in Knoxville with the revenge factor. Damn right, because they tore our ass up last year. But it will be interesting to see how Oklahoma comes into this game mentally, as they will either just be playing to spoil the season or will pull out all the stops in hopes of getting a huge win that will keep this team playoff hunt very much alive. I don't think they'll be in contention for the playoff when they roll into Bryant-Denny Stadium, because like I said, I don't think they're going to beat those Tennessee Volunteers. I really don't think so. I think Oklahoma, they lose to Tennessee. They lose to Alabama. Yeah. That's just my opinion. And then possibly, I don't know, man. Oklahoma, you just didn't foot the bill this year. I'll just say that. You reminded me of Alabama last year. That's who Oklahoma reminded me of right now. But anyway, and then of course, you got the Iron Bowl, which has been weird quite a few times over history of the game in Jordan-Hare Stadium. Say it ain't so. 5 overtimes against a bad Auburn team. I believe that was 2018, I believe. When was Bryce Young the quarterback? 120. It might have been 2021, maybe 2022. Anyway, we went into 5 overtimes. 5 with a terrible Auburn team. And then a couple of years ago, Miro to Isaiah Bond, the grave digger. I mean, Jesus. We could have very easily lost that game. I mean, very easily. But anyway. But it had been some weird games in Jordan Hare. The kick 6. We don't want none of that. We just want to go in here and get a win and get the hell out of there and take our ass back to Tuscaloosa. Anyway, this is a Tigers team that seemed to be on the verge of firing their head coach before the big fourth quarter comeback to beat Arkansas a week ago. That saved this damn season, his fucking job for a week, I believe. They still have SEC games against Kentucky, in which I think they'll beat, and Vanderbilt, in which I think they'll lose. And Hugh Freeze's job may still be on the line if they lose to the Commodores badly. Well, Hugh Freeze, however those games go, we know how much Auburn enjoying playing spoiler. And as bad as things have been at times for this team, if they were able to pull the upset win on November the 29th, then Freeze will have achieved what he has brought to the Plains to do. He was brought to the Plains to do, and that is beat Alabama. And that's the only thing they want him to do is beat Alabama. I guarantee you, if Hugh Freeze managed to beat Alabama, Auburn probably get that fool a daggone contract extension. I ain't lying. They did it for Gus Malzahn twice, but he deserved it. Gus Malzahn was a hell of a coach, and he was winning. Hugh Freeze ain't doing a damn thing. But like I say, they brought Hugh Freeze to Alabama. To Auburn only because he beat Alabama those 2 years at Ole Miss in which he was cheating then. But anyway, it is what it is. Ain't gonna happen. Hugh Freeze ain't gonna beat my Alabama Crimson Tide. I wouldn't give a damn if it was in Bryant-Denny. I wouldn't give a damn if it was in Atlanta. I wouldn't give a damn if it was in the swamp in Florida. I wouldn't give a damn where it was. Hugh Freeze ain't beating Alabama. Not in 2025. Not Coach Kalen DeBoer. Not my offensive coordinator, Ryan Grubb, and my quarterback, Ty Simpson. You done lost your damn mind. But anyway, come on, man. But anyway, the path might not be as daunting as it was toward the beginning of the season, and all 3 opponents for the Crimson Tide have underachieved based on expectations at this point. Coach Kalen DeBoer has done a great job having his guys focus every week, and the team showed a lot of moxie coming back and knocking off South Carolina a week ago. Hopefully during the bye week, the players focus on their health, staying loose, and not paying attention to the media, which has fallen back in love with this team again after leaving them dead for one week, and that was week 1 loss after the week 1 loss against Florida State. Left Alabama for dead. The media sure did. Y'all might say, KB was talking bad about his Alabama Crimson Tide. Now he ain't got nothing but good things to say. You damn right. I was talking bad about them because they didn't play up the standard in week 1. And you seen what happened. And since week 1, you see what happened. They've been playing up the standards, and they ain't got nothing but good things to say, even about Coach Kane Womack, defensive coordinator. Ever since that daggone 230 yards rushing he gave up against that Georgia Bulldog offense. Now Alabama's defense is pretty much handling the run pretty well. Yeah, they give up 140, 50 yards a game, but that's good comparing to what we was giving up, okay? So, hey, I don't have a problem with it. Sure don't. Hell, we can get better at every position. Offensively, defensively, special teams, we can get better at. We can even get better at quarterback. We need to get better at running back. So, but no matter how good a position is, or how good the offensive side of the ball or the defensive side of the ball is, you can always get better. That's all I know. So, man, I'm telling you. But anyway, that's the information I want to give y'all about my Alabama Crimson Tide. It ain't over yet, even though we just went through a gauntlet before this bye week. Coming out of this bye week, we got another gauntlet, a 3-game gauntlet, and hopefully we can achieve it. Josh Quavers, tight end, says, hey, ever since week 1, they've been approaching each and every game like it's a national championship, and I hope they keep that mentality. Don't buy into the media. Don't even buy into what OKB is saying about you right now. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But anyway, that's all I want to say about my Alabama Crimson Tide. But let me talk about these LSU. No, okay. I got 2 things I want to talk about. We're going to put all this into one video. Let me talk about these LSU Tigers. These LSU Tigers, they got a mess down there. They firing everybody. Not only Brian Kelly, not only the offense coordinator, but the AD. Now, mind you, the AD is the same one that brought freaking Jimbo Fisher to Texas A&M. He been with LSU 6 years, but he brought the Jimbo Fisher to Texas A&M and gave him that big ass contract. And you see how much Texas A&M had to pay out, to buy, Jimbo Fisher out to fire him. And now you look at it, they got to pay Brian Kelly $54 million. I don't know over how many years or how they going to do it. All I know, $54 million. That's the same AD. So, but guess what? He that same AD that brought in what's the name? LSU's head coach, I believe, women's head coach, I believe. He bring her in? I'm not sure. But anyway, I think he did, and I think he had something to do with that baseball coach too. Now, don't quote me. Now, I could be having switched up, but he made a couple of good hires. All right, but this with Brian Kelly, that contract, a catastrophic fucking contract with Jimbo Fisher. Now, the offensive coordinator, LSU wasn't putting up no damn points, and you got a quarterback. He'll damn statue in the pocket. He ain't mobile, but you got a damn good quarterback. He can do what every quarterback do. Pocket quarterback, because he's not a runner. He can't move around in that pocket. But as far as reading them defenses and delivering the ball and checking down or doing checks at the line, Nussmeier can do all of that. But that offensive coordinator had that offense stagnant. I don't think they done put over 24 points against a Power 5 program this year. So I can understand letting his ass go. But then here come the governor, want to run his damn mile, hollering about they ain't going to let the damn AD freaking hire the next head coach. Why not? That's his freaking job, not the governor job. Who the hell going to hire him? I think they said, I forgot who they said they're going to make the next hire. Board of trustees or some bullshit. All that shit going on at LSU. It's too much to keep up with. But anyway, the AD, matter of fact, they got an interim AD now. Maybe he gonna be in on the hiring. Maybe the governor gonna have to approve the hire, which is a damn shame. I remember NBA when these NBA players was talking about politics and all of that. What was they told? Especially LeBron James, shut up and dribble. You don't know nothing about politics. These fucking politicians don't know shit about college sports either. Come on, man. How you letting the governor dictate who you freaking hire? Who's the president of the daggone program? Who's the president at LSU? Tell that governor mind his fucking business. Come on, man. Motherfucker want to get up there. Oh, yeah. Man, who the fuck are you? Run the daggone, run the state. You got more important things to worry about. Come on, man. Stop it. Stop it. Did the governor tell freaking the former AD to fire Brian Kelly? Did he make that call too? Man, ain't nowhere in hell if I'm a damn athletic director, I'm finna listen to a fucking politician. Hell no. If I'm the president of the school, I'm not listening to no damn politician. Man, do your fucking job and let me do mine. But LSU got a mess over there. I mean, an absolute mess. And as far as it looked like to me, their best interest ain't the freaking players. It ain't. It can't be. So, hey, it is what it is. Maybe they'll mess around and find them a hell of a coach Maybe the governor is in contact with Nick Saban. And if he get Nick Saban over there, I'm quite sure nobody have nothing to say then. Not far as them freaking LSU Tiger fans or anybody dealing with LSU football. They'll be so damn happy that they got Nick Saban to come back over there. But hey, it is what it is. And like I said the other night, I know Nick Saban saying he ain't coming back to coaching. His daughter saying he ain't coming back to coaching. But if so, LSU would be a good place. Because remember, he did say that he regretted, if he had one thing, the biggest regret in his career was leaving LSU. He said that. Now, if he do go back to LSU, I wouldn't give a damn. You know why? Because I got my coach, Coach Kalen DeBoer. And I tell you what, Coach Kalen, Nick Saban come back, and Coach Kalen DeBoer playing, whether it's in Death Valley or freaking daggone Bryant-Denny Stadium. Hey, Kalen DeBoer just gonna whoop his ass just like he beat the hell out of all the best coaches in college football already. Show have Dan Lanning, Lincoln Riley, Steve Sarkisian, Kirby Smart, Nick Saban will just be another one on the list. And if he come to Bryant-Denny Stadium and play my Alabama Crimson Tide under the tutelage of Coach Kalen DeBoer, Nick Saban will just get his ass beat on the field that's named after him, which is Nick Saban Field inside of Bryant-Denny Stadium. That's all I know. Nick Saban, you better watch what you do, buddy, because I got Coach Kalen DeBoer on my team. But anyway, it is what it is. And for all you haters or whatever you want to call yourself saying, KB will be mad if Nick Saban go back to LSU. No, hell I won't. For what? I wish him the best. But if he come to Bryant-Denny thinking as the head coach of those LSU Tigers and think he's going to beat my Alabama Crimson Tide, won't happen. Coach Kalen DeBoer going to make freaking Nick Saban look like daggone Bill Belichick. Yeah, I love Nick Saban. I thank him for what he did for the University of Alabama and my Alabama Crimson Tide football program and for the smiles that he put on all the Alabama fans' face. But when you coaching another team, I can't root for you, buddy. I can't root for you. I'm sorry. But anyway, it is what it is. Moving on. Indiana fans. This is my last thing. Indiana fans. I'm talking about the fans that was up in the stands yelling, "We want Bama." No, you don't. No, you don't. Why would you even say that? Them got to be the Indiana basketball team fans, because they don't know no better. They know not what they do. I'm telling you, man. Tell me, we want Bama. Man, y'all ain't even relevant when it comes to Alabama. Y'all ain't even, come on, baby. Come on, baby. Y'all can't compete. Y'all keep beating up them little nobodies, all right? I know you beat Illinois and Oregon, but you keep beating teams like that. That's what I want you to do. Y'all over there beating up on all the little ranked teams that really ain't played nobody, that ain't played no real ranked teams. That's who y'all beating up on. You don't want none of Bama. I'm telling you that right now. Right now, you in the Big Ten. How about you call out Ohio State? Call them out. They won the national championship. They the national champion, reigning national champion. Shouldn't you say we want Ohio State? You got Michigan over there. They won the national championship in 2023, just 2 years ago. Why you ain't saying you want them? Come on, baby. And if you want to come to the SEC, shit, the Georgia Bulldogs was the last team to win a national championship. Well, or should I say the Bull Muscle of Athens? Anyway, however you want to put it. You can call them Georgia Bulldogs, but I call them Bull Muscle of Athens. But anyway, they won the national championship back-to-back, 22-21. So if you're going to come to the SEC, you should be calling out them. You know what I'm saying? Now, that's 3 out of 4 years. The past 3 national champions out of the last 4 years. Georgia Bulldogs, time 2. Michigan Wolverines, and the freaking Ohio State Buckeyes. But you saying, fuck all them, we want Bama. And for all you haters, non-believers, and naysayers, that goes to show you that Alabama Crimson Tide is still the standard of college football. And another reason you can say that, or us Alabama fans can say that, They ain't fans when they beat y'all in their home stadium. They ain't rushing the field. Every team that beat Alabama in their home stadium, they rushed the field. Standard of college football. And now you got another team out of the many in the past. We want Bama. Come on, baby. Stop it. No, you don't. Not in 2025, you don't. You don't want no parts of Bama because all they going to do is serve you up with a hot ale. That's it. And that's all I got to say about that. I don't even know why I'm talking about Indiana. They are irrelevant. That's what they are. Kirk Signetti is the king of cupcakes. That's what he do. That's what he doing. He ain't never beat nobody of significance. And you can talk about Oregon. How many national championships have Oregon won? Not a one. I'll answer it for you. Not a one. And we can say the same thing on Illinois. So, hey, you can brag about beating those type teams. Leave Alabama alone before you really get what you want. Because all Alabama's doing is busting motherfucking heads. That's it. Now, y'all be blessed. And remember, KB don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide and roll damn Tide.